Yo, what up? Alright, that should be super low. That's the idea. What up, what up? Let me know if my settings are messed up, not sounding good. How's it going? How's it going? So, back for some rack action. Streamed a little bit this week, so have some videos the past few days if you hadn't seen. Go back and check out the VOD and all that. So, today, another day of Splash. We're going to focus on one deck pretty much all day. We've been playing it for the past day or two. A lot of fun. So we did a blue-black rack, and then we did a blue-black with Narset focus. Then we did a blue-black with super Narset focus, even got rid of Jace in Search. Fun. Then we were on white-black. We wanted to try that for a little bit, get some versions there. And came back to Wrenn and Six Racks, and that's where we are right now. This is the list. It's far from optimized, but we wanted to revisit it from last time and just really focus on the mana base. You know, last time we had stuff like Ghost Quarter in there, maybe Field of Ruin, trying to get some extra synergy with Wrenn. In reality, pretty strong without it, so we went to just go back to the drawing board and said, okay, let's just... Oh, I didn't have 2 Mind Rake for my mana traders? What? Guess not. Let me just get these from card order then. I should have a ticket. I might not have a single ticket left. Well, we have to peep out some rental here. But Mind Rake's an important card. We definitely want to get that in there. Let's see if we can snatch it up real quick for free, basically. Since it's only 2 tickets. We'll give it a try. Let's see if we can get it. But we've had a lot of fun. So right now what we need to work on is really the sideboard. And the main deck is almost there, if not all the way there. So we'll tweak the main deck a little bit. Could use like a lightning bolt in there, I think. Maybe drop a fatal. Probably need a little more fetch. Maybe up to more fetches than we did last time. 7's probably not enough. So let me just get these Mind Rakes and we're going to do it. So my sideboard guides are pretty dated, but it's a good structure to use. So that's what they look like right there. You can do apostrophe guide. So the Wrenn and Six one's there. So the things I'm looking at is all the decks in the meta, and then start from there and go down, make sure I have a good sideboard versus each of them. So it's like, okay, Eldrazi Tron and Green Tron are pretty high in the meta, so Fulminator Mage, very good against them. Colton's Command's very good. Pithing Needle's good. Collector's good, and even Abrupt Decay's good. It's like, wow, you got decent amount versus either of those versions, depending on Eldrazi Tron. You probably want to bring in Bontus. Stuff like Grixis Death Shadow. It's okay, well, Culligan's good again. Probably just Bontus there, just to stop them as they get too wide. So this deck right now is probably weak to burn, so that sucks, but we'll see how we do. Burn's not extremely popular, and we're probably still like 50%, but I think classic 8-rack, or if you have if you have Collective Brutalities in your list, you can be better than 50% versus burn. In general, I'm happy playing burn. It's a coin toss. In a way, because they could just blow you out, and it's a race in a way. But especially with brutalities, I'll play at Burn all day versus like playing Tron or Dredge or those other matches, which you can win too, but you gotta get lucky. So right now I'm just waiting on card hoarders to trade. So if you got any questions or anything, let me know what's up. But a few different cards to consider here for the sideboard. Been liking a collector. Good against the Thopter Foundry decks. It's good against Affinity. The Colligan's Command are really the MVPs here. So when we redid this list, we wanted to focus on the mana base, making sure we don't struggle casting Wrenn and Six. And we haven't really. I'm sure while I stream I'm going to a little bit, but in general we haven't much at all with this new mana base. So we're pretty darn happy with that, I guess. And then the other cards that are extremely powerful right now in the meta is Colligan's Command. So other than that, we don't really need to dig too deep. I don't think we need mainboard Decay or mainboard anything else that counteracts our strategy. With now, everything goes towards our strategy. You know, except Fatal Push, which is kind of just a necessity. Everything else is 8-rack. I'm just waiting on the trade here. So, thinking about the land situation here, you know, after I was just mentioning that the one thing we're starting with is not being greedy on the land, we may end up getting greedy and going to 23. I don't think we'll go colorless, but I could see us cutting one of these lands to get a bolt in here. We could potentially cut a push and a land. Bring in 2 bolts. Bolts give you a little extra reach against certain planeswalkers, and obviously finisher. It's substituting in for a push in a way, killing the Dork or Emery or other annoying creatures. Push is better in general, I think. But it's nice to have something damaging to retrace with Wrenn and Six ult. So, and I don't know if I like 1 bolt. Just drop a push for a bolt, maybe put the 4th push on the side here. Not there yet. That's kind of the stuff I've been thinking through though. Just taking the bot a second to get my cards, then we're gonna jump right into some games. Very much a learning focused stream. Probably won't even pay attention to the record too much. But we've been wrecking with this. We beat earlier today. We had 4 really strong meta matches. We beat Eldrazi Tron, then Blue Urza Thopter Foundry, then we beat Green Tron, and then we beat Blue Urza Thopter Foundry again. So those 3 decks, those 4 matches are all strong and not typically matches we like to fight. You know, 8-rack wants to be up against Grixis Death Shadow, Affinity, Infect. Infinity is actually pretty hard, but Infect would be good. Just other creature-based matches. Bot is ready. All right. Open up with the Inquisition. We take his Inquisition so we can get our Wrenn and Six down. Even if Wrenn's not pulling a land, they'll set up the smallpox. So take Inquisition here. So we're against Death Shadow. That should be great here. Let's get our boy Wrenn and Six down. Oh, he top decks other Stubborn Denial. It's alright, we got more of them. Okay, he's got a Traverse and a Death Shadow. That Traverse is now a Goyf. Probably gonna want to do both of them. Probably got this game just from that counterspell. Get rid of the trophy. Really need to get a push here to coincide with the Goyf. Smallpox won't clear it, you know. We need a rack also. At least we can pitch the Ravens. Keep the Smallpox up for potential, but we don't have a Wincon, so we can get one though. GG, GG. We were able to Inquisition into Wrenn and Six, but he drew the counterspell, blew us out. So let's see. Bantu's certainly strong. Some form of fulminators might be there. Drop a couple Ravens, couple Thoughtseize. Go a little heavier late game. Thoughtseize, Fulminator. Culligan's doesn't seem great. Is there any artifacts to kill? Might bring in like Pyromancer or something as a creature. Obviously the discard is good. Maybe maybe Fulminator is just better than Culligan's in this matchup. Decay might be better than. Culligan is decent with a couple Fulminators, but we'll see how it plays out. That's why we're just testing. It's not league. Part of the discussion. If you have any thoughts. Yo, 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 what up? Play first? Yeah, let's play first. We got to assume he's going to make us discard the Wrenn, but we have a Raven's Crown with a bunch of lands, so that's good. You got to get a rack. Briggity rack. But again, thought process too, part of the testing is the mana base solid? It has been so far. It's been too solid. We've been flooded. But I mean, that's part of what we're doing actually, is thinking that. What about the land base here? Take my Wrenn, take it. You can have Wrenn. Yeah, well, definitely a Raven's Crown party. Get rid of Abrupt Decay and Stubborn Denial. Okay. 2 cards that would kill Lily. Is there a third card that was going to kill Lily? This deck does run racks. Promise. We gotta assume he has another Stubborn Denial. So we're in the rack range. There's the other one. So we went through both of them. We just need to get a rack. Part of this list right now is F6. So we're seeing a weakness right away. But it's more of just some little variation. You'll see as we play out. We usually have plenty. So if we draw a rack, we'll be on a 3-turn 3v3. Certainly feeling flooded. So drew kind of cold there for past few turns. Certainly trade pretty good with Crixus Death Shadow. That's a matchup really we hope to just play reasonably often. That's 50-50 or better. So talking about the matches, game 1, we countered our Wrenn and Six. We didn't have really a follow-up. We kept a 4 land and 3 others, but we weren't thinking we were just going to draw nothing, but we don't have an answer for the question. GG! Alright, let's run it back. Either of those games, really one stick of the Wrenn would probably have won it. What do we take out there? Play first. Usually go second, but we've been going first here with this list. See if it makes a huge difference. Okay. He's going to be able to suspend those. Doesn't look like he has anything he wants to pitch to Cathartic. That's just a burn. Is it just one of the blooms here? Wheel of Fate sounds pretty cool. Almost want to let it happen. Not really familiar with this deck. He's going to be able to just suspend both Lotus Blooms. This is 4 damage. Wheel of Fate might do some shenanigans. Cathartic is not really a net cards. I think I'm still going to take the Cathartic. Well, it won't count. Yes. Okay, pretty nasty hand here. This type of hand you want to see against pretty much any deck game 1. The fetch is important with the Wrenn, because the two shock lands don't do shit, or fast lands. Deputy detention's lame as shit. Okay. 2 Aether Vials and 3 lands. We got an answer to the Aether Vial decently. Fetch into Wrenn next turn won't counter it. It's like it's starting to start giving us some advantage. So we need to get a Raven's Crime. Don't forget the fetch. Fetch a Blood Crypt. Shock yourself. Wrenn and 6. Alright. This is what we're talking about. This is how we roll. We have Nurturing Peatland as our value engine, but either way, just drawing the card for us in general is going to net us something. We got 2 unknowns. What we're probably going to want to do is he's going to flash in a creature. And we're going to want to kill the creature that has less than 2 life and artifact. Or we can just Peatland, draw another card, wait, and Fatal Push. And do all that the following turn. Maybe we do that. That's a little greedier, but we love greed. Get my Peatland back. So the end step, he's probably going to flash in a creature. We're going to push it. Well, if we can get Wrenn and 6 to ult, that's a very strong case for victory with Culligans. I guess you could respond to a single Aether if they're out of cards with a discard. So Deputy Detentions would be good. He's going to reduce my ticks. Okay. Since we didn't lose a land his turn, we can't use that on him right now. But we could tick it with Wrenn for 1, and then Culligans it for the other 2. So the Wrenn damage of 1, his minus, is actually relevant with Culligans here. Oh geez, this isn't a bad turn to Mind Rake. Mine Rake, he snaps in creatures. He won't be able to snap in enough to kill Wrenn, I think. Because they're only going to have 2 power. Let's try it. A lot of fun ways to play this. You could definitely see how there's lines to win here, and I'm probably not finding them, but I'm having some fun. Just gonna kind of force his hand to cast summon those guys. Oh, he didn't have them. Beautiful. So watch this. We can pitch really either of these. Okay, now he's hellbent. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fetch ourselves a nice swampy swamp. CMC this guy away. So we got to dodge a 3 CMC haster this turn. So as long as he doesn't draw a haste to kill, if he can't kill Wrenn and Six this turn, we're really good shape. We're still in decent shape because we got a Shrieking. Okay, we should start valuing here. We got 1 Shrieking we need to throw down for sure. Is there any reason not to do that? We can do it. He can do draw step shenanigans with the Aether Vial. So we can't do any draw Colligans. We have to wait. It's like Peatland draw is still where we're at. Hopefully get another rack. So I don't think he's got any single creature that can bust out for 4 on Wrenn. So Wrenn will survive, which is good. Get my double draw every turn, so good game versus human so far. He's in a really tough spot now, under double rack, hellbent. He's taking his time. Okay, that's what he wanted. Gonna kill Mr. Wrenn here. But he's under a pretty tight clock, so. Alright, he's hanging on. Definitely a lot of lines, similar to some of the other splashes. It's good. It's nice having a lot of options. Alright, we got there. Alright, against humans. Bantu's certainly good. GG, didn't want none. Pretty shitty hand. If we drew a Wrenn and Six, it'd be really good. Really painful. Turn 2 Mind Rake. Discard Raven's Crime. First hand might have been better. In case we're playing against like Jund, might as well get a rack down. So let's see, we would have hit him with a Thoughtseize. Uh-oh, gobbles. Goblin that ramps others, probably need to just cut him off. Pray for a land here. Oh, is he on one land? Damn, Smallpox would be lovely. I'm not going to do him that dirty yet. I guess we drop Culligan's command here. I thought about not doing anything, but he does have Bolt or other ways to probably do the 3 damage. I think the path to victory here is to use Lily and Smallpox aggressively here. Yo, Sean, what up, man? Oh man, yeah, we're Smallpox in here, creature or not. Smallpox their land. Get out of here. Alright, Mr. Red. Well, he's gobbles, so Bantus would be good. Raven's Crime is not the best here. Culligan's might be good. Thoughtseize seems dangerous. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Hope you're having a good time, just chilling. Don't really have a sideboard thing for goblins. And Bantus seems good. They go wide. A lot of our main deck is pretty good against them. Raven seems bad. Thoughtseize and Raven's Crime seem like our worst. I can fuck with this. Basically, we gotta survive to turn 3 in Bantus. That's our plan. Let's see if maybe saving the life. Let's see if it matters here. We could shock right now and get a shrieking down. So that's what we're not doing. So typically versus burn, we learn to not help him at all. Seems so obvious, but it's pretty useful. So we'll see if that was smart on our part here. So let's have 2 scenarios go. Let's have an alternate scenario where I'm a little lower on health and we have a Shrieking Affliction now. And just assume he plays the same. Okay, so this card is good. Bantus is good against this guy. So we're definitely going to Wrenn. The question is do we kill one of these? Probably. Waiting on the Bantus is super greedy. I don't know how much... Could just get a land back, kind of force him to kill. I don't know, that guy seems pretty strong. The question is do I want to keep Wrenn alive? Honestly, if I plus him, he probably stays alive. If I minus, he probably dies. Will he echo him next turn? He might not echo him, so they might not have enough. Let's just kill this guy. Definitely option there. Plussing Wrenn is not necessarily wrong. We actually do get a land. And we have the Bantu's follow-up, but let's see. We're trying to keep ourselves alive here. If we can get this behind the Lily here. I hope they don't, Sean. I'm guessing he's going to kick in something or do something big here. Okay. Yeah, well, that saved my life. I mean, saved 3 health to me. He munitioned. Oh, we do have a second Bantus here. So I guess we do the first Bantus. Yeah, I guess we have to. Let him refill, wait, let him go nuts, Bantus again. Maybe we just Lily minus here? Haven't played against goblins enough. If he doesn't have a lot of gas in his hand, then the Bantus is great. If he's got three things he's about to stack up. Okay. So we're going to have to survive a turn of that. And then Bantus. Oh, let me do that. Okay. So it was worth seeing. He's got nothing but lands. Let's see what he tops here. Followed up with a Bantu rack. So ideally he tops a creature that doesn't do any instant damage. May have just been another land. We kind of decided we were going to go with this strategy once we got going, and said we're going to use our Bantus. Whether we should have just been Lillian each turn with that Siege Gang Commander, probably not. So I think we were making the right moves. We got to survive a turn here. We got to dodge a big haster or Siege Gang Commander. Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay. Blood Moon hurts. Might be GG if we don't draw another swamp fast. Looks like he got their game too. Bantus wasn't the best versus the goblins, actually. Really needed. The Plague Engineer would have been superior. Okay, go to game 3. Stop this from going down. Let's run it back. This is a matchup where, you know, having some life gain would be great. I think we're going to keep it and pray. Pray, pray, pray. Pray for Puff. Come on, fetch land. Not a fetch land. That Cavern's Soul looks sick. Well, fetch land. Not only do we now have a threat with Wrenn, but this is a type of hand where, wow, now our land is straight. We basically got a second fetch out of there. Unless he does some shenanigans here. Okay, still going hard on Wrenn. So we're saving damage, but we got the land. So Wrenn is saving us from just a ruined hand, basically. By getting that second land, getting it back. And again, Plague Engineer would be really good. Probably better than the Bantu, so might consider him in the side. He's good in some other matchups too. The Thopter. Obviously, Bantu's is great in like Eldrazi. Against Eldrazi Tron. John Death Shadow. I'm pretty sure we should kill his Aether Vial and kill one of these other goblins. I guess now we just Bantus. It looks like he's doing some other casting. We're certainly going to. Well, that sucked. So he just filled his hand, so maybe now we should slow it. Maybe now we Culligan's Command. He might have a Blood Moon again. We Bantu's here. Next turn he fills his hand. Next turn we wait, and we're basically dead the following turn. We need to bait him here. Try a little different. As long as he doesn't have another ringleader, if he starts sacking him to cast him, he shouldn't refill his hand. Although we're pretty inexperienced versus goblins. Don't have a win con though. They've been showing pretty light. Again, we're trying to do the same thing, but we need a rack. We're doing it slightly different now, but we still need the rack. So we can Raven's Crime, probably just smallpox. Keep the Bantus. We could get him Hellbound, but we'd lose the Bantus, so. Smallpox is a difficult card to assess how to use, but it's the shit. Alright, we just need a rack bad. Well, certainly a thought since we don't have the creatures in general. So we always get the value off that. I hadn't really quite considered it though in my builds. So I guess it's to be thought about. Could be. Damn, it's a tight game. I think if I had dropped Bantus and made them Hellbent instead. Oh no, they top deck. Okay. Okay, we got our rack. It's gonna be close. But I feel like in the black-white build, there's certainly room for a couple one-ofs. Strong build. I really like black-white. That seems to be winning most splash votes I do. Man, he's got 2 free goblins in his hand. Can make him get rid of 1. Oh, it's going to be close. We got to play it close. We keep him in rack range. Hope he plays his hand. Bantus him next turn. Pray for Puff. See if there's any slim chance in the back of his mind that I just had a fatal push in my hand. May have. He just jumped his hand after I did that. Beautiful. Did that fake just work? I think the fake just worked. Hell yeah. Psych! Oh, I just top decked that Bantus. Oh, it's going to be close. Come on, team. We got it. No big goblins. God, goblins are so much value. You know, I didn't even think about getting a black because I forgot about the Bantus. It's not going to matter, but he would be at 1. Let's see if it would. He's probably not going to play a card here. Next turn, we Shrieking and Overload. Or we make him discard and do 2 damage. Which is a safer play. Well, let's go with the more racky play. This is a rack stream. We got easy way to win. We got the rack way to win. GG! Fighting those goblins off. Alright, alright. That fake worked. I swear. He was like, oh, I got fatal push. I swear that fake worked. Oh yeah, GG, GG. Alright, quick break. Doing alright, doing alright. Keep the list up. I'll be right back. Get some more coffee. Work in progress. Fun though, just playing some fun games. Feel free to let your thoughts go. Yo, GG indeed. Just keep running back. Wrenn and Six, baby. It's our shit. That is strong. If we can get the mana to work and just get 4 of them in 8 rack, it's nice. It's very nice. Oh, hey. So we're going to have to get rid of that Karn, boy. Which means we may need to consider some heavy shenaniganeries. Well, we can actually smallpox next turn with Wrenn and Six. Such a nice little bonus. Give me my Wrenn. Give me my land back. We went from having some serious mana issues to, okay, straight as fuck. This might be a fine turn, just a smallpox. I'm gonna slow him down. Because he can like Simic into a Karn. That would kind of fuck us. Raven's Crime, smallpox. Yeah. We could hit him with 2 more Raven's Crimes, which is a fine play, but I want to be really... Smallpox is probably not great in this matchup, so we might as well just go for max value. I mean, to go to slow the Karn down. And since we can just discard a land basically for free, Karn is super annoying. And it's another turn for Wrenn to get up. The smallpox like basically puts us all back a turn. Me less so, but my Wrenn is still going up. So Wrenn will be 6. That's pretty close to doing some value here. Could Mind Rake, discarding these 2. And then just pull it back. Might be good. This might be a time when overload on this is fine. Hopefully if he pulls an artifact with Karn. It's something we can call against, that makes sense. Okay. We're squeezing out some resources here, but we've cut his hand down. He dropped Karn. Okay, went straight for Blood Moon. Do we have any fetched swamps in the yard? No. Do we have any way to kill that? No. Okay, so we need a swamp. Should have seen that coming more. Pulled the fetch. Yeah, so instead of pulling the Nurturing Peatland, we should have had a fetch there. This is just another mountain. Not good. If we had just... Good learn, though. That's why it's practice room. This is for you guys. Guys playing a red deck, it most likely has a Blood Moon in it. Has a chance. Don't let yourself get off 0 black. You had a chance to get a fetch. So it's just a good lesson learned for everybody. I think we'll be able to go up again on Wrenn and Emblemum. It's not going to do anything for us, but... All these lands are potentially any instant we have here. Okay. Swamp, swamp, swamp. Oh man, if we just had a swamp. But either way, you know, he doesn't, we'd be able to just fire off the Culligans. That's what how we'd win. Easy. So as far as testing the deck, my punt is what's holding us back. But we didn't get a rack anyways. So it's struggling that even if with my punt, we'd basically just be killing him with Culligans over and over. We have what, like 3 swamps in the deck? So we have a 3 of 43 chance. Still a chance if we draw a swamp. We have infinite Culligan's commands. This is the last turn though. This is our last chance. So it would have been an epic win if I had just played a little smarter, a little less fast. So you guys see where I could have won there. Anticipating the Blood Moon, we had an empty land. If we pulled back the Nurturing Peat land right before the Blood Moon and left it in play, we should have pulled back a fetch, anticipating the potential of a Blood Moon. If plays a Blood Moon, we fetch a swamp, we still win, no problem. So. Lesson learned. Respect your Blood Moons. Culligan's is good. Abrupt Decay, Pithing Needle all seem pretty good. Push doesn't seem great at all. Probably keep a... No, I think we can dump all the pushes. Everything else seems solid. But we were doing so great the way we did the Mind Rake there. I was very, very happy with how the deck worked versus that deck. Game 1. We were able basically to get Wrenn ulted. Which should have been GG. Seems pretty loose, but let's keep it. We're in this practice room to jam a bunch of games. If this was a league, we could be more critical with everything. But I don't know if you noticed from when we did this a few months ago, when we first were streaming Wrenn and Six Racks, it's running smoother with this mana base for sure. I mean, you don't want to lose to yourself, but that happens with Rack. So all these other versions, you got to make sure you don't increase that chance. Could consider overloading here. He might kept Blood Moon hard, thinking it's really good. How patient do we need to be? Wow, okay. So our he swapped in a pretty heavy goblin package. Uh-oh. This might have another L on the window. So we're ideally Chalice and kill something. If not, we'll Chalice, make them discard something with the Culligans. Okay, so before combat. No, see, there's no way I can do that, right? Because it's the beginning of combat. Okay, I guess I never had an opportunity. Should I have had the opportunity there in his main phase before combat main phase? How would I have done that on MTGO? You should have had. I should be able to do that, right? I don't know when the trigger. I never had the opportunity when it was creature on the stack. Is that? That's weird. Day, what up? We've had some epic ones. Close games. We've been winning a majority of them, I think. Yeah, we lost one match. About to lose this one, though. We just lost game one due to a... It was a punt. Punt before Christmas. We're learning. Basically got blown out by Blood Moon. Where I had a perfect opportunity not to. Yeah, this looks like it's probably going to be an L. It's all good. The deck's running pretty well. Enjoying the Wrenn and Six version. Probably should have gone for a double. Another swamp, maybe, for Lily. Good to learn how to play against Blood Moon decks well. Yeah, but we could get around it pretty decent. We just gotta... Should have fetched different there. Okay, Mind Rate gets us somewhere. We need like a smallpox here to get rid of that one creature. But we need a second swamp, so Mind Rake was really good there. Obviously more useful than Wrench Mine in this situation. It's a close one. I think this guy earned this one. I think game one was our game to win. And we lost it. But again, this is practice room. You know, I thought about naming Chandra instead of Karn because we'd already taken one of the Karns, but I was like, I'll probably get blown up by a Karn. It's okay. We're slightly faster if we can get another rag. Just go on to the next one. That's GG. This guy earned it. We'll give it to him. Yeah, mono black is nice. I mean, it sucks when they get your mutavaults. Mutavaults are certainly a portion of your win condition with mono black for sure. But yeah, It's okay. You got a good reminder about Blood Moon. That happened last time I was playing in paper. It's like, oh yeah, Blood Moon, pretty strong. This might be the last match of the stream. Appreciate you guys hanging around though. No, I'm not able to stream in a long burst, so most people just catch it on the VODs later, but I might have a chunk of time this week. And once I get the sideboard guide ready for this, for at least the top 10 decks, then I'll do a league. It's a pretty terrible hand, but we'll keep it. Fast stream, efficient. In and out. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Pops in, 8 racks. Dips out. Where'd he go? That's too bad. Well, we don't have a great answer for Bitter Blossom, so definitely Bitter Blossom. So up against Fairies here. So this is a perfect hand to just overload the Mind Rig. Because, I mean, shit. Toss those Urborgs. I think they might just be helping him here. Get out of here, bro. We won't count that as a win, but that's an opportunity where Mind Rake is alright. So sometimes when you're thinking about mulliganing, if your hand has an extra land and you have Mind Rake, similar with Smallpox, it's like, you know, maybe I can toss this. Yeah. There he is again. Let's do it, bro. You gonna stick around? Oh, he bounced. Let's draw some cards, see how this would play out. Alright. Turn 1. Overgrown. No, probably fetch. Fetch a Blood Crypt for red. Thoughtseize. Next turn. Shit. Next turn. Shit. Next turn. Shit. Okay. So this would have been a sure mulligan. Or loss, probably. Alright, these 2 wins don't count. Those don't go on the record. I'm telling you, Wrenn and Six is strong as hell with 8 rack. I can't think of many cards of any CMC that are much better than it. That's not already a staple like Liliana. Smallpox. And I think if I can get a creature in here somewhere, just something to get a little value out of Culligans. I feel bad that I'm not maximizing Culligans. It's a great card. And having 2, I think, is minimum, I think, right now, the right. Maybe 3 or 4 in this build. Because at worst, it's an instant speed discard, ping 2. It's really good. But in a lot of matchups, you killing a creature, or there's artifacts. Like all the creature decks run Aether Vial or some bullshit like that. You know, Eldrazi's got bullshit. There's bullshit on top of bullshit. So if there's one thing we've learned in playing these 20 matches or so is you want to make sure you set yourself up for Wrenn turn 2, even if you don't have them. You don't want to draw them on your second turn and not have prepared for it. Okay. Bitter Blossom for sure. Okay, so we're up against a black-white mid-range. Smallpox will be pretty strong. Smallpox kind of turn. Just got one unknown. Not a lot of good options to pitch here. Guess we might have to sack this Nurturing Peatland. And just hope we draw into enough mana to do Culligans later. Before he gets a flagstone down, and then our Smallpox is useless. Yeah, Smallpox Infliction was certainly a strong use of the 3 mana, but it's important when you do that, you have to understand what you're discarding with Smallpox and what land you're sacking with Smallpox. That's where a lot of people fuck up. Don't put enough thought into that, and then they're like, oh, whoops. I had to go down to 2 land here, which is pretty rough. But it was that or lose a Culligans. So it worked out. I guess just kill discard is what I'm going to do. Makes sense. We don't have any Ravenscrim yet. Yeah. That's glad you thought about it, because it really is. If you play Smallpox, like, you need to, like, think about it ahead of time. And if not, while you're casting it. Pretty clearly. Definitely not one of those jam. Okay. Probably can wait and do a discard again. Yeah. I think it was good to use there. I mean, it worked out since we especially drew the land. I'm trying to get value off this with a kill a creature or... I might just draw another land here. Just to dig a little deeper. It's a little risky, but... we know he's got to go for the throat, but we don't have any man lands or anything. Does he have anything that kills CMC1s like a Blast Zone? Probably not, right? Fuck it. Alright, we need to draw land here. It's tough. I'm not doing anything. You can stick a Gideon or something here. Okay. So second, the P-Land didn't really do too much against us though, because we probably wouldn't be firing off. Be the equivalent of firing off with one of these smallpoxes. Alright, we need some serious discard here. Alright, we're gonna mind rake both. Maybe we get rid of Culligans here. Keep a smallpox. He's basically doing the same thing. He's got enchantments, not artifacts. We're trying to stymie a turn on a Bitter Blossom. Alright, so if he draws a card, he's at 3, plays Bitter Blossom, he's at 2. So Smallpox is going to put him in rack range. So that overloaded Mind Rake is super clutch. I could see it being the play that wins the game. Going for it. Remember we said Smallpox loses you the game? Very much could be me right here. If we draw no land or a bunch of 3 CMC cards, we can lose easy. But he's taken 8 here, and he's... That basically makes Bitter Blossom not an option for him. Yeah, we got there, boys. Those 2 Smallpox were clutch. That Mind Rake. That Mind Rake, boy. That was clutch. Okay. Abrupt Decay, probably pretty solid. Bantus. Got a lot of really good cards, though. Culligan's actually wasn't great. Still some good value. Do we need the Abrupt Decay? Let's go without it. Maybe we don't need it. Let's drop a couple Raven's Crime for a couple Bantus. Decent hand for Leyline. Would have been nice if he mulliganed for it, though. It's okay. We're not scared of Leyline. We don't run away when it happens. She just knock a Lily. Smallpox him right here. Smallpox's Grand Abolisher. You see a Mind Rake, really. Lily or Mind Rake is where we need to be. Not really a Lily. Oh. Guess we need some removal too. More smallpox. We need more smallpox. That's what we need. With this type of hands, we need smallpox. Bantu's not great. Abrupt Decay doesn't hit Leyline. Okay, yeah. AT would. Don't really like Assassin's Trophy as much. We don't have the Abrupt in, so that's fine. The Abrupt would have been the for Bitter Blossom, but I'm thinking it might be better just to sweep it after it gets like 5 tokens. Kind of scared with whatever he's doing. Well, okay then. Something like that. Something like that. Mind Rake. Mind Rake or Smallpox? That's what I'm saying. That's like, what the fuck? I mean, Rain of Tears, your Blackleaf Cliffs. Oh, word. Word. Okay. Lily up here is good. So ideally, he goes Hellbent and summons his Lingering Souls out, and we can just sweep it all. Oh, if we had had one more land. If we had played the land last turn, we'd be able to Wrenn and get a land back. Instead, what we're going to do is just Bantus and pitch this land. But I didn't think about that. So we could have been at 4 thinking if we drew Wrenn, we could get a grab. He can actually count as a land himself because he can grab a fetch. So if you have a big 3 mana play, it's not obscene to get that 4th land in play, because if you top a Wrenn, he can be 5th land as himself. I like it. That could win you a game for sure. That could be the difference in this game. If Wrenn and 6 was out, this game is fucking over. So it was. That's a lesson learned that could very well be the difference. So we got to make sure we don't play the land or do something silly, because we want to make sure that's what we discard, obviously, to Lily. Hey, we got there. Reckon. Wow, with some tighter plays, we probably wouldn't have lost the game all day. I was making suboptimal plays left and right, and a few punts here and there. Certainly the suboptimal part's true. Wow, feeling the deck. I hope you guys are. We've been crushing. If you do apostrophe guide, I think you should pull up my sideboard guide. Basically looks something like this. Some of the previous ones are very well filled out, but if you want to keep up with my most up-to-date Wrenn and Six list, probably just check this, because this is real time. You can actually see me kind of work on it. So if something changes, I try to update it here. I don't think it's fully updated right now, but I'm planning to get all the top meta decks in here. And then when they're in there, do a league. So probably Thursday. So this is deck's feeling good. Sideboard certainly could use some work. Bantus, if it was Plague Engineer, would have been better today. And maybe it's just those matchups. Like right there, I could have dropped it on the Lingering Souls. Obviously against the Goblin deck, it would have been MVP like hell. So maybe we meet a Plague in here. Maybe it's a split. Abrupt Decay, obviously really good against other like Wrenn and Six. Oko. Well, maybe we haven't just seen it. I really like the Fulminators versus the Tron. We beat Tron twice today. We beat Eldrazi Tron off stream before we beat Eldrazi Tron, and we beat Green Tron. And Fulminator is certainly MVP when you're fighting him off and you're able to stick him turn 3 and just shut him down a turn and able to keep your plan going with just getting the land or ramping Wrenn and Six. So again, the thought process behind this deck, we're done for the day, by the way. So thanks you guys for watching. We'll be back for another stream. This video will be on YouTube. We could have won, I think, every match we played. We lost 2. We lost to Death Shadow and Red, but we won, I think, 3 others. So it's... check them out. You'll see all the different lines I had. Got to play kind of quick in practice rooms so people don't leave. So you kind of just got to wing it and learn. That's why I just play a ton of games. The thought process behind this deck is a few things. You've probably heard me say this a few times, but let's think about it a different way. When you win with 8-rack against any deck, you typically you're typically very much curving out your mana, which means turn 1, you're hitting them with an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize. Turn 2, you're hitting with a Wrench Mine or a Smallpox or a double Inquisition. Turn 3, you're dropping a Lily or a Wrench Mine rack. Or if you can use your first 6 mana in turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, the total, that's the games you win with rack, like a lot. Like against a lot of matchups, it's like you don't curve out well and you end up losing, you run out of gas or whatever. So then the thought became, okay, well, what's the best 2-drop? Smallpox, yeah, but what else is good? And it's like, well, Waste Not, Bitter Blossom, Search for Skana, Baby Jace. There's some random cards. As far as permanents, there's not many, and then there's Wrenn and Six, which is the best for a ton of reasons. I'm not going to give a speech about why he's the best 2-drop for us, but I mean, he certainly is. So then the rest of the deck is, okay, well, want to not over synergize with him. He's tough to cast. So we need to focus on mana and make sure we don't have Mutavaults in here. We don't have Ghost Quarters. It's like we want to cast... Where's that Blood Cleave? Did I actually change it? Okay, I didn't think so. And Culligan is just super strong. Super good spell. A lot of artifacts in the format right now. And against aggro decks, being able to make them discard and kill creatures really good. So we got to work on the sideboard, but overall the main board plan is pretty darn strong. And the Colligans gives you answer to Chalice. Tron nails Chalice, or something. It's like whatever. You know, obviously we lost to Blood Moon on our own fault twice. So, but we could have won both those games. So it's not super weak to Blood Moon either. So I'm done ranting and raving. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back with some leagues, just some more matches. So peep out the Discord, Facebook, whatever. You know where to catch me. Peace.